I'll share a story with my experience, okay? I used to have home warranty. Used to. I don't no more because I think it's a sham. Let me just kind of go over some topics with you guys today. Hopefully we cover them all. If we don't, all good. Again, we still have next week. We're going to talk about home warranties, home inspections. We're going to talk about contingencies. Like if you cancel, how are you going to get your money back if that's the case right now in this market? We're going to also talk about the difference between offer price and sales price. And then just some random stuff today. If you guys have comments or questions, just put them down in the chat box and we will answer them accordingly. Me and Charles. If you know that you're buying a home, especially if it's not a brand new build, and there's no more warranty, like manufacturer warranty on the appliance. I'm not talking about home warranty. I'm talking about manufacturer home warranty on the appliance. If it's old, you know that going in, but it worked at the time of you getting in contract and ordering an inspection. Just start budgeting for that down the future. Same with the roof. The roof might be okay now, but it's 20 years in the making. It's about to go bad. Okay, budget that in because it's gonna happen. Okay, I mean, you could always file for a home insurance, but then your premiums are gonna go up because you filed a claim. And so, I mean, people do that all the time, right? By all means, I'm a proponent for that because you have home insurance, utilize it, right? If you're okay with the penalties going up and all that. But be prepared for these because now you're not a tenant. You're a homeowner now. And these are part of the maintenance costs, okay? That water heater that Charles is talking about that's old, it might be running strong because they might have been maintaining it every year, draining it out, cleaning it out, getting rid of all the rust. And so it lasted a long time. I've seen a water heater go for as long as like 60 plus years. And it's still going strong. It's one of those colorful water heaters, It's not like the new ones right now where it's just a solid color.
That green color,
green.
That old school green.
Yeah, I've seen some of those water heaters and it's still going strong. But the clients that buy into that home, they're thinking, oh my God, I know it's still going strong, but I feel like I'm gonna be the person that makes it fall apart, and it happens. If you're buying a resale home, some of these bigger components are gonna break, and you just gotta plan for that. Okay, home warranty, like what Charles is talking about, how it works is this. Okay, reach out to a home warranty company that you want to work with, and then you ask them to give you like a plan or a budget based off of what you want to add. You could add your air conditioning to be added for the yearly subscription, your roof, your flooring, your appliances, etc. Okay, it's a lot. And it's like billed normally annually. Every year. It could range between $350 all the way to like $1,000 a year, depending on what you pick for your plan, okay? But essentially what a home warranty does, and home warranty and home insurance, two different things, okay? A home insurance, you file for a claim, something damaging that wasn't your fault happened.
Water leak.
Yeah, whatever. Natural hazards, you pay your insurance deductible, they bring a person out, they cover it. Great. That's what home insurance does. Home warranty, you still have to pay your yearly, and when you file a claim, let's say your HVAC went out, let's say your water heater went out, okay, or HVAC, you call your home warranty, you still have to pay a copay. It could range from $60 to $100 each claim. And now when you are done paying that copay, you gotta wait for their availability to come out and inspect the issue. When they come out, if it's within their guidelines or your policy that they would cover, they will cover it. And home warranties don't cover 100% of the cost of the repair. They only cover a percentage depending on what your plan is. So that's where the biggest difference is amongst all these hundreds of companies out there, okay? Because there's a lot of home warranties out there. Some are better than others, okay? You got to look at that. Talk to them, read their reviews, and find out how much do they cover based off of your yearly subscription and based off of the copay. How much are they willing to cover? Is it 20% only? Is it 30%? Is it 40%? Is it 60%? Is it 100%? I'll share a story with my experience, okay? I used to have home warranty. Used to. I don't no more because I think it's a sham, okay? Here's why. Maybe it was a company. I'm not going to share their name, but anyways, my HVAC would always go out, Charles. Whenever I have them come out, I pay a $65 copay. They always replace like a capacitor, which is like $20. So they cover it, right? But I paid them $65 already to come out And to diagnose, here's where I got kind of pissed off. AC went out again in a couple of months. It's the same thing. Something keeps shorting out the capacitor. And I'm telling them, can't you guys just replace the motherboard or something that's causing it to short? Because why are you guys coming out here every other month? I'm paying $65 copay. It takes you guys like 2.5 weeks to come out. I don't have AC for those 2.5 weeks. And you guys replace a $20 part. Why am I going to call you guys now? Next time, I'm just going to replace that part myself if you guys don't do anything different. And so they ended up saying, okay, well, next time, if we do come back a third time, we'll replace something else. I'm like, what the heck? Why can't you just replace it now? Like, what is the cause of that capacitor going out? You know what I mean? So like, I just got really pissed off and I didn't want to go through that anymore. You know, it was too much for me to think about on top of everything else. So anyways, after my yearly subscription had expired, I just didn't renew it. And then from there, I just never continue on home warranty. Now, I've had clients to where they say they love home warranty. They would never buy a home without having home warranty moving forward. Great. Maybe I just had a bad experience, or maybe it was the company. That's why I said, because there's so many hundreds of companies out there, interview them. Ask them all these tough questions. Exactly everything I just said. Yeah, read the fine prints. Like your policies that they give you an invoice for, read all of that. How much do they actually pay or cover when it comes to the damages? And what is considered covered, you know? Like, what if it was just your dog that when it bit the fins off that HVAC and then now they won't cover it because that was your dog? Like something crazy like that, you know? So read the fine print. That's where a lot of insurances too get people, is they don't read the fine print, right? They're like, you file a claim because your roof is leaking, and then the insurance comes out and they go, oh yeah, we're not gonna cover that because it seemed like you had climbed up there and patched up other areas of your roof and you didn't let us know. So that had a lot to do with why your roof is leaking now. It's like, what? We had a bad ass rain and storm a couple weeks ago and all my tiles flew out. What the heck? It wasn't because of my patch. They don't care. It's all in the fine print and all that, you know? So you gotta be careful. That's why it's also really good to have a good insurance rep that sold you the policy and they will educate you about your policy. Okay? Because a lot of that stuff in your policy, even contracts and what Charles was saying earlier, it's just a bunch of legal disclosures and advisories. A bunch, okay? And people don't want to read all that, you know? They're hoping, and they don't know what that is. It's like pig Latin to them, you know? It's like a foreign language. You need somebody to be able to explain all that big legal advisory disclosure words and just break it down into simple terms so that way you understand, okay?
And they know you're not going to read it. They know you're not going to read it. That's why they know. That's
why they always want the contracts to be hella thick, hella fat, right? So because they know, yeah,
tiny print.
We're good to start our business now. 1, 2, 3 insurance company. Yep.
1, 2, 3. Well, and then this is the perfect example too, right? So if you have, let's say, like I mentioned, water heater costs $900, right? Whatever the cost, it's low cost, right? So all the rest of that is going to be small things, mostly including labor, right? But there's an expansion tank that needs to go on there. There's a sediment trap. There's possibly a new gas line, you know, whatever. And then you also have to pull the permit, right? And that's what the plumbers are going to do if they do it all correctly, right? So the thing about that is that warranty company may only cover the tank. They'll cover that $900 tank, but they won't cover and maybe the labor to install it, but not any of that stuff that brings it up to code. Because let's say your house 25, 30 years old, right? You have the original water heater. And now codes have changed in 30 years. Absolutely, right? So now all these new things are required. So when the plumber comes in to put in the new water heater, they're just like, oh, well, actually, we have to do this, and this to bring it up to code. And that's the way we bring it in, because otherwise it won't pass the permit. And then they'll say, oh, well, you're going to have to pay for that out of pocket. Even if you have a warranty, you still need to budget, because the warranty company, again, may not cover everything. And you always need to have a little bit of the money in the bank to be able to cover some of that stuff. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to buy a home and you're so tight that you can't literally afford anything, because as a homeowner, something's going to happen. Something is going to happen, because now, again, you don't got the maintenance man. They're not going to come over and fix your AC. They're not going to come over and repair your water heater. You can't just call the landlord and have them take care of it. It's all on you. So if something happens, you're going to have to cover it, right? So you have to have something in reserves to take care of that and expect it every time. expect it and do your maintenance. Oh my goodness, I talk about maintenance so much, but expect it to happen.
Good
Don't
point.
put yourself in a bad position to where you're not going to be able to take care of these things, because something will always happen. Just like Chia was talking about, those capacitors fail on 5-year-old units. It happens, you know, and then you're going to pay that HVAC guy $300 to come out there and replace that $20 part.
Yep. Yeah. So make sure you have somebody by your side if you're buying a home right now to be willing to educate you through this and teach you about all these new things, because when you become a homeowner, you're gonna have to learn about it the easy way or the hard way. You know, it's really, really good to have somebody like that by your side. All right. Well, you know, I'm gonna close up with that. I know we didn't go over all the topics I wanted to go over, but we still got next week. Still have next time. So tell your friends, tell your family, tell your workers, tell your cats, your dogs. But yeah, thanks for the questions. I think I'm gonna close it out. All right, Chi fam. So you guys take care. Thank you again for joining us today. All the likes, all the comments. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back next time. Peace.